I just completed a video on my channel about narcissism, about the three layers of human personality as applied to narcissists, and I was doing the recording. It occurred to me that how does this apply to people with Asperger syndrome? How does this apply to people who have autism? So let's take a look at the three layers of human personality. Now, this is based upon my life's laboratory. This is my opinion. To my knowledge, there is no research that I have seen that collaborates with this. It's just my opinion. You need to know that. So what are the three layers of our personalities? Well, number one, there is the opaque layer. That is to say, the outside layer that we present to others. By opaque, I mean the people can't see through it. It's kind of like the shirt I'm wearing. This is opaque. You can't see through it, and it's probably a good thing. The second layer is the middle layer. That is the translucent layer. For example, you can take a look at the window that is in front of me, and you can see that light is coming through the window, but you can't see out the window. The same thing is true to the window that's on the left of your screen. You can see the light coming through it, but you can't see you can't see through the window. You can't see what's on the other side of it. That's translucent. So some of the light comes through, but not clearly. So the inner core, the third layer of our personalities, is what I call transparent. That is the transparent layer. So we go from opaque, can't see anything through it, to translucent, get a little bit of light, to transparent. You can see totally through it. Now the question is, which of those is the true personality? And my opinion is it's that inner core, that third layer, the transparent personality. That is who we really are, but the challenge is it often doesn't come through. People can't see it because it's covered. First of all, by the opaque transparency, that masking that we do that hides who we really are, the translucent personality, where some of the light comes through, but then again, some of the masking is there too. That tends to be the typical Asperger. That's the way I should say that. That tends to be the typical person with autism. Come to think of it, that tends to be the typical person in general, just including people who are neurotypical. Seems like everybody has a little bit of masking, and sometimes the light of reality comes through. And that can be a good thing, particularly if the inner personality, if the transparent personality is toxic. Well, that's probably a good thing to keep undercover, right? So who are we? I mean, as people who are autistic, who have Asperger syndrome, who are we? Who is that transparent personality? If people could really see who we are, what would they see? What I have experienced in my lifetime is that inside personality, I'm not even sure I know what it is. So I'm not sure I want to uncover it. I'm not sure I want people to see who I am transparently. And also, it occurs to me that even if they did see me transparently, they'd probably misinterpret it. I say probably, they almost certainly would misinterpret who I am, and I think they'd probably do the same thing to you, you know? So you're a person with autism, and you have this real personality inside of you, and you just can't get it out. Have you ever been having a conversation with somebody, or wishing you could have a conversation with somebody, and you know what to say, you know how to say it, but you just can't get it out? I think that's because we are hidden underneath those other layers. So we try to present ourselves the best way we can so we can defend ourselves, so we present ourselves with that opaque personality, the one that you can't see through. Sometimes the best way to do that is we go into hiding, kind of, like a turtle goes into a shell to defend ourselves, really to protect ourselves. So we become avoidant. We don't go where people are. I don't like to go where people are. I go grocery shopping in the wee hours of the morning. Okay, 6 o'clock. That's wee hours for me. I try to stay away from any place when it's busy. When I go out any place, I like to go a time of day when there's not a lot of traffic. I'm not sure that's an Aspie thing. I think that would probably be an anybody thing. but I stay hidden inside. But what would come out of me if I didn't have those other layers? Would I be a jovial, friendly, really likable guy? I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that person come out of me. Would I be mean and toxic and intolerable? I don't think so because, I don't like people like that and I don't like to be like that. So I don't think that would come out. So it's almost like we are condemned. I hate to use the word damned because people think we are cussing, but it's almost like we are damned to live in that middle layer, that we are not transparent. People can't see who we really are, but we're not necessarily always opaque because, well, it's virtually impossible to put on that much makeup, to put on that much of a costume, to hide ourselves under that cloak of fakeness. We just can't mask all the time without a little bit of that, shining through it. Again, like the window behind me, the light is going to come through. People can't see who we really are, so they kind of guess at who we really are. They make their own evaluations. They play the part of the therapist, and they give us their opinions. And as I said earlier, it's almost always wrong. I mean, even if they could see clearly through the window, even if they could see who we are transparently, it is just human nature to find something negative, something hurtful. So they would say, nah, he doesn't have Asperger syndrome, he's just aloof. Or no, he's not autistic, he's just dumb, or he's unmotivated. Even though they can see it clearly, people will still misinterpret it. So should we be happy to live in that middle zone? Or maybe you think I'm wrong about this. Maybe you think the real us actually is coming through. I'd kind of like to know what your opinion is. But my opinion is the real you, the real me, is that third layer, that transparent layer that other people usually can't see, that usually I can't see. But sometimes we have meltdowns. And when we do that, people say, this is who the guy really is. He's got a temper tantrum, because they don't know. As far as they know, there's no difference between a meltdown and throwing a tantrum. And obviously, as you know, they're not the same. They appear to be the same, but they're just not. One is based on anger and rage, and the other is just because, well, it's kind of like a volcano. A volcano's not angry. It just has all this pent-up pressure, and out it comes. There's no emotion involved. So let us know what you think in the comment section. And by the way, while I'm thinking of it, I got to tell you this. It appears that YouTube has us capped at maybe 150 views per video. They just don't let us go beyond that. I'd like to see 15,000 views every time I do a video. By the way, it takes time to do this. But to put this in perspective, our channel is monetized. We make a little bit of money off of this. And how much money does it generate? Well, I don't think YouTube wants us talking about that, so let me put it in this perspective. If I had a job at McDonald's, and if I worked 1 hour a month, not 1 hour a day, not 1 hour a week, but 1 hour a month, I'd make more money at McDonald's than is generated by this channel. And it's because YouTube has us capped, or they appear to. So why is it that the algorithms aren't picking up our channel? Well, it's not because they watch our channel and don't like it, because they got so many channels they couldn't possibly watch all of them, let alone ours, one of the smaller ones. But it's based on their algorithms, and their algorithms is based upon how many people like a video and how many people comment on the video. So if you see something that you just have this urge to add to the conversation, please comment in the comment section below. I mean, if you want to say hello, that's better than nothing. But we'd like to hear from you, and that will tremendously, hopefully, send a strong signal to the algorithm at YouTube that, hey, send some more viewers our direction. And I'd really appreciate that. Now, if you want this conversation to continue, all you got to do is click one of those two rectangles on the screen and the conversation will continue. But if not, well, thanks for stopping by, and see you all next time.